Today's video is inspired by DoDash. I want to say, baby girl, you've inspired me to speak this message that I'm about to say. Thank you so very much. You are so kind to all of us who've been on this journey for forever. All right. I had a YouTube channel, I deleted it. I had a YouTube channel for over 12 years. I deleted it out of fear of what people thought of me, out of fear of not being good enough, out of fear of not being pretty enough, out of fear of colorism, out of fear of sizeism. Thank you so much for your kindness and just being open, honest, and real. Thank you. This message that I'm about to say is inspired by you. What's up again? So today was a really good day at yoga. Excuse my dogs barking in the background. They acting like they don't got no sense. But today I was able to perform a wheel pose. And I haven't been able to do that in 2 years. While working at my old 9 to 5, or really 12 to 12, at this big box company, I hurt my neck. I hurt my neck at this big box company 2 years ago, before I had gotten promoted, um, to where I wasn't doing labor intensive work anymore. I got compensated for all that, but nonetheless, because I've gotten hurt at that job, it made my body extremely limited to its capacity and what I can perform, um, while either in yoga or lifting weights. I had to do almost 10 weeks of bed rest because I hurt my neck. Okay. And ever since then, I had what felt like sciatic pain, but it was in my neck going up to my head. Today was a big and huge achievement for me. It's letting me know that I'm on the right path. It's letting me know that I don't need that job. It is also letting me know that how much that job not only mentally messed me up, but the damage it has done to my body physically. No job is worth that much pain. Okay? No job is worth fear induced movement. There are certain movements that I couldn't do because of fear, because I hurt myself. These 9 to 5s don't be worth it. I'm a millennial, which I made it known in my previous video. And because I'm a millennial, the generations before me has instilled a certain mindset in my head of what I must do, what I must accomplish, and not only that, what I must endure. Why do we have to endure all the time? Rest is a divine right. Why do we have to be strong all the time? That's not how we're built. If feelings and emotions are tidal, just like the waves, and are fleeting, our physical capacities are the same, aren't they? So why are we expected to perform at the highest level, regardless of what job you're doing, regardless of what industry you're in? Why are we expected to perform at that same level, if not higher, 100% of the time? It's not physically possible. And I beg to argue Is it mentally possible as well? These are thoughts that was in my head that during my practice, I had to let go. While I'm on this journey, while I'm on this path, it was hard for me to meditate because these thoughts can be so invasive. They're like weeds. Even if you get from the root, they're resilient. They still pop up. And it makes me even question about resiliency. Why are we expected to be resilient? I'm not a weed. I think weeds are beautiful, by the way, beneficial weeds. But for the sake of this argument, I'm not a weed. I would like to think of myself of more of a perennial. I might grow this way this year. I might grow the next way this year. I appear to look this way this year. I might look a different way next year. We shouldn't be glued to the same expectations all the time, bruh. But so it goes. Those are just my thoughts. I need to put all this Trader Joe's stuff in the refrigerator, get my house nice and clean, gather the dogs. I'm in good spirits today. I got my medication. Talking about, I'm going to be talking about medication regularly on my channel. Medication is a heavy part of my life. I used to smoke weed all the time just to get through work. I used to smoke weed to numb my pain. I used to smoke weed to numb the invasive thoughts that I had in my head. I used to smoke weed just to feel good, whether it's on occasion or whether it was necessary. Everybody's path to healing is different. And I'm not saying that weed is a bad thing, but if you can't go a day, a week, or even a month without weed, I would look into that unless you have some sort of ailment. I'm not speaking to those who have ailments like cancer, um, other debilitating pains. But I was that person. I needed weed. I needed to smoke about 3 blunts just to get through the day, especially while I was at work. I used to microdose on mushrooms just to smile unnecessarily. We live in a culture that if you don't smile all the time, and I'm talking about work culture here, if you don't smile all the time while you at work, or if the perception of you isn't one that is open and kind and nice, it can really hinder your progress at work, whether you're seeking promotion and or whether you're just trying to get through the day. Sometimes I don't want to smile. Is that like a hard uh, is that a hard thing to grasp? It's not natural to smile all the time, 100% of the time. It's not even natural to be open all the time. It's okay to close off when your social battery is low, when you are depleted. That's an act of self preservation. Everybody should be able to self preserve when necessary. And if that emotive comes back where I'm kind or open to whatever the universe brings me or whatever social interactions come towards me, then so be it. But we shouldn't be held to those expectations. Thank God I'm not in that mood today, though. I'm actually open and receptive. This is why practicing yoga has been a necessity for me. And I'm on medication. I am on Depakote, I'm on Buzaprone, and I'm on Atarax. And I take Seroquel as needed. Mental illness run in my family. I was diagnosed with bipolar. I'm open about it now, but back in the day, I was a goddamn mess. I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. I just thought that's the kind of personality trait that I had. That's the kind of family I was brought up in. My mother has a mental illness, but refuses to admit it. She was born in the 60s, so that's a different frame of thought. It's not her fault. But what I won't do is allow that generation to imprint on me now, because how the way that generation was navigating their mental illness has nothing to do with how I navigate my mental illness. I choose a different way. I bought flowers for myself today because I was so proud of myself. You should be so proud of yourself. You should get up and take on the day. You deserve to exist, even if it's just for no reason. You deserve to treat yourself. I got me some rose lilies because I feel honored that my temple, my body, allow me to go into that will pose again, to be free in thought and to be like a child again. I didn't get that at my job, at my 9 to 5. And we're taught to bring that with us into work. So the perception can be easy of us. But no amount of being free comes from work under a capitalist umbrella. While you're doing repetitive movements or while you're pushing your body to its limit 100% of the time, when you're not allowed to take a moment and rest, there is no childlike essence in that. That comes through meditation, that comes through being free. And I feel it's also a privilege too. I feel like we must admit, those of us that leave our 9 to 5s, 12 to 12s, or whatever job and whatever industry that you're in, being able to say, fuck this, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I acknowledge that that is a privilege that not most of us are granted. It is also circumstantial. And it's also a risk that many of us might not be in the season to take. That must be acknowledged. Even if before you go to work today, to earn your money, to keep that roof over your head, to keep that car so you can have a means of income, to feed your kids, to feed your fur babies, I urge you to take your rest back, to meditate, to become one with yourself so you can become more clear of what your purpose is and what you need to do. I want you to be blessed. Blessed in the name of Jesus, Krishna, Allah, whomever. You deserve that. That is your divine right to be blessed, to be anointed, to be in the essence of a child. And I urge of you, whomever that deals with mental health issues like myself, you are not alone. I'm not judging you for what you need to do to heal. I'm not judging you for what you need to do to survive. That must be noted. However, pay attention to what's working and what's not working. Pay attention to how often you need to numb your pain. Pay attention to the sleepless nights, the mania, the insomnia. Pay attention to the indecisiveness, the recklessness, and the downward spirals. Pay attention to how you treat your friends, your partners, your children, and even your fur babies. And then recalibrate and adjust as needed. Let me get myself together. Namaste.